Hello, my friend, and welcome to Wisdom Trek. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, your guide to wisdom and creating a living legacy. Thank you for joining us for our 5-day-per-week Wisdom and Legacy Building podcast. This is day 501 of our trek, and it is Wisdom Wednesday. Every Wednesday along Life's Trail, we will dig for the nuggets of wisdom that are found in the book of Proverbs. Today, we will explore the second half of chapter 25. We are broadcasting from our studios at the Big House in Marietta, Ohio. We are still waiting for the opportunity to finish up our leaf harvest. We received a replacement engine for our leaf vacuum, but we were shipped the wrong one. The company was very good about shipping the correct one promptly, and we shipped the incorrect one back. The weather has been a bit uncooperative also, with a lot of rain and cold temperatures. We will try to wrap up the process this weekend. Life does not always go as smooth as we would like it to, but we need to continue on each day with the reality of life as it is, and not how we wish it to be. Wisdom, insight, and understanding help us to see and handle the unexpected events of life. Patience is one of those attributes that is a sign of godly wisdom. One verse that we'll explore today says, "Patience can persuade a prince." Let's start in as we explore verses 15 through 28. This is taken from a section called More Proverbs from Solomon, and they were copied out by King Hezekiah. Verse 15, "Patience can persuade a prince, and soft speech can break bones." A patient person is truly wise and a person of strength. With that strength, leaders can be persuaded to take action. Through patience and controlled speech, a person can break through the toughest of opponents without any violence. Verses 16 and 17. Do you like honey? Don't eat too much, or it will make you sick. Don't visit your neighbors too often, or you will wear out your welcome. Anything in excess is not really good for you, even if it is enjoyable. The first example is honey, which both tastes good and has health benefits. When you eat too much honey all at once, it will make you sick. The second warning is not to visit someone too often, or they will become sick of seeing you. Verse number 18. Telling lies about others is as harmful as hitting them with an axe, wounding them with a sword, or shooting them with a sharp arrow. When you tell lies about others, it is as bad as a physical injury. It can cause emotional damage or even emotional death to those that are on the receiving end of your lies. Verse number 19. Putting confidence in an unreliable person in a time of trouble is like chewing on a broken tooth or walking on a lame foot. We all know that person who you cannot rely on for keeping their word or being on time. It is painful to deal with, especially when you need them most. And it's like having a physical injury that will impede the progress that you would otherwise expected. Verse number 20. Singing cheerful songs to a person with a heavy heart is like taking someone's coat in cold weather or pouring vinegar on a wound. When someone is grieving, it is not the time to try to cheer them up. It is better to console them and even empathize with them if at all possible. Otherwise, you will cause more pain than the grief that they are already experiencing. Verses number 21 and 22. If your enemy is hungry, give them food to eat. If they are thirsty, give them water to drink. You will heap burning coals of shame on their heads, and the Lord will reward you. We should treat all people with kindness, including those that you might consider your enemies. It will soften their hearts towards you and help them to realize that you do love them. God will reward those who show kindness to others. Verse number 23. As surely as north wind brings rain, so a gossiping tongue causes anger. We are usually pretty good at interpreting the signs of weather. We know that if winds are coming from the north, it usually indicates bad weather. We should also realize that our actions, such as gossiping, will bring out anger with those that we are gossiping about. Verse number 24. It is better to live in a corner of an attic than with a quarrelsome wife in a lovely home. As we have read this before in Proverbs, there is nothing quite as miserable as living with a complaining, arguing spouse. It is better to live all alone in a small space than to continually put up with this kind of situation. We should take care that we're not the offending spouse, though, or the cause of any problems. Verse number 25. Good news from far away is like cold water to the thirsty. As refreshing as cold, clear water is when you are experiencing thirst on a hot summer day, is good news that you've been waiting for. It refreshes the soul and the spirit as water refreshes the body. Verse number 26. If the godly give in to the wicked, it is like polluting a fountain or muddying a spring. It is a travesty to see good, godly people fall prey to the influence of those who are wicked. It is the same way as contaminating pure water with filth or mud. Once the water is contaminated, it is ruined and unsuitable for its intended purpose. Verse number 27. It is not good to eat too much honey, and it's not good to seek honor for yourself. Just like eating too much honey will make you physically sick, if you are bragging about yourself to others, it will make them sick of you. And verse number 28. A person without self-control is like a city with broken down walls. Self-control is so vital in maintaining a godly and proper lifestyle. When you lose self-control, you will easily be destroyed from external influences and from your internal weaknesses. Today on our Wisdom Trail, we are exploring a series of Solomon's Proverbs that were assembled by King Hezekiah. These Proverbs continue to provide us with more wisdom, insight, and understanding. Regardless of where you are on your faith walk, if the precepts of Proverbs are followed, your life will be rich and satisfying. Take them and plant them in your heart, and you will reap a harvest of wisdom. Tomorrow we will hike a short trail in our Wisdom Unplugged series, where we will discover an inspirational wisdom quote. So encourage your friends and family to join us, and then come along with us tomorrow for another day of Wisdom Trek, creating a legacy. That will finish our trek for today. Just as you enjoy these daily doses of wisdom, we ask you to help us to grow Wisdom Trek by sharing it with your family and friends through email, Facebook, Twitter, or in person when you meet with them, and invite them to come along with us each day. And I would challenge you today to take just one of the precepts that we learned in today's Proverbs and commit yourself to applying it to your life. The journal for today's trek is available at wisdom-trek.com, and thank you so much for allowing me to be your guide, your mentor, but most importantly, I am your friend, as I serve you through the Wisdom Trek podcast and journal each day. And as we take this trek of life together, let us always live abundantly, love unconditionally, listen intentionally, learn continuously, lend to others generously, lead with integrity, and then leave a living legacy each day. I am Guthrie Chamberlain, reminding you to keep moving forward, enjoy your journey, and then create a great day every day. See you tomorrow.